Welcome back to my reload bench. It's a little bit of a mess because I was attempting to film a video on the Lee Auto Bench Prime. It turned out to be an entire disaster, so I'm going to reshoot the video. But while I'm down here, I was actually looking for some unused footage from a previous video that I put in the scrap bin for a backdrop for a Speaking Squibbish video, and I came across a video I shot last year with my son. We were reloading 7.62x25 Tokarev. It's his favorite pistol caliber, and I bent a decapping pin that came in the Lee die set. So the decapping pin is right here. This is a resizing die. It'll reshape the brass, and in the process it'll pop out the old primer. And I bent the Lee factory pin that comes with it. It's not really that durable. It's also really not that expensive. But there's an aftermarket replacement, and we decided to go ahead and shoot a video showing how to replace the Lee pin with a Squirrel Daddy pin, which is a lot more durable. So my son was doing the camera work, and for some reason or another, I didn't like the video, so I put it in the scrap bin, and I found it today, and after watching it, I think I'm going to go ahead and publish it. So it's about 10 minutes long. It's a little bit long, but I try to explain how I bent the pin and just show basically how to replace it. So here goes. Oh, now I've gone and done it. You might not be able to see with this cell phone video, but let's use our EDC flashlight like a gaffer and put some light on the subject. That should be straight. It's bent. What happened? Well, this is something that can happen when you're reloading. I'm doing a process called decapping, where you pop the primer out of the old case so that it looks like that. You can see light right through there, hopefully. Hey, it finally focused. See? And this is what your primers look like after they've been popped out. You can see, oh, that one's a new one. That one is probably one I dropped. But you can see right there, that's where the firing pin struck the primer. And these just become scrap. Collect them in a bucket underneath. But in the meantime, now what am I going to do? I bent my pin. Well, how did I do that? Well, if you take a look at this, this is commercial ammunition. Based on the head stamp, you can tell who the manufacturer was. And once it finally comes into focus, you can see this is Privy Partisan. This is not. This is surplus. I believe this was Bulgarian surplus. This primer is crimped in there. And this is what bent the pin. Let's unzoom there. So that pin that should be straight up and down will not pop this. Will not pop this out. So when you buy that cheap surplus ammo and you think you're getting a deal, if you reload, you can't use this. This one is probably a range pickup, because on occasion I can find some 7.62x25 at my range, and I didn't notice that it was a milcert because it's brass and cleaned up pretty good, and I bent the pin. So now what? So if you look at your parts list that comes with your instructions for your reload dies, it's got decapper pistol. All Lee dies use what they call a universal pistol decapping die, or just a, I shouldn't say, no. So this is a parts list that comes with your Lee reloading dies. It's got a part number for the Pistol Decapper. All Lees use the same decapping rod for pistol dies. For rifle dies, it's a little bit different. So here's one for the 30-06. This is a replacement. You can see it's got a shape to it. So you can order spare parts. They're not expensive. The problem with the Lee decapping die for the pistol is that it's not very strong. So we have these reinforced decappers from squirreldaddy.com that you can order off of Amazon. So what comes in the set? You actually get 3 of these. They are very durable. They're not indestructible. You can see they're a little bit longer than the Lee, but they're made of a much stronger material. They're hardened, and you will get a lot more life out of these. So, free offer. Squirreldaddy.com. What do you know? So, I'm going to go ahead and just replace this out. I'm not going to use the Lee one. So, just hold the die body in place with a bigger wrench. Put the smaller wrench up here. It's like a locking nut. I've already loosened it once, so I didn't look like a total tool on camera, but I'm still looking like a total tool. It doesn't want to turn. Turn. I'm going to have to reset the die height. There's a flat on here. Really, there is. So, lock down on the flat. Take it loose, and it should just drop right out. And there you go. Installation is the same. So you can see over here, here's a replacement Lee part. Here's the one I bent, messing with the surplus case, and here's the Squirrel Daddy replacement. So we'll just slide the Squirrel Daddy replacement in. Just goes up in there. It comes up through the top right here, and I'm going to tighten it down just a little, not all the way. You don't want it sticking out too much, so let's see, about that far. This is really hard to do with where I'm at. About a 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch. Not very far. You don't need to have it sticking out very far at all. So let me finish tightening this up. It's not really going to affect too much if it's sticking out, well, or you just drop it. Okay, take 2. So after dropping it, because I'm trying to see what I'm doing and narrate this, and I'm just totally screwing it up. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a smaller adjustable wrench to grab the flats on the top of the die here. And then I'm just going to use the bigger adjustable wrench to tighten that down. That's way too much. Let's back it off a little more. About right there ought to do it. Need a 3rd arm, but I'll get it. The reason I go with adjustables is because they fit so many different sizes, and you can just go back and forth with the different dies and do what you need to do. So there's a lot sticking out there, but if you come over here and take a look at the side, it's nice and straight. Put my hand behind it so you can see. It's nice and straight. So I'll go ahead and just make sure this is nice and tight. If it slides out, I can adjust this. Now I've just got to reset the die height according to the instructions. which say screw in the full length sizer until it touches the shell holder. So you simply raise the shell holder and screw it down until it touches, and then you tighten the locking ring. And there you go. You're all set. Ready to go back to decapping with a much stronger decapping die, and I will make sure that I don't have any more surplus ammo in there. Just get a little lube on it, put it in there, raise it up, and you should hear nope, didn't pop it out, so I don't have it down far enough. Got to make an adjustment. Slip it down a little bit more. I'm going to raise that up. Make sure that is down. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And you can hear the primer pop out, and there you go. No more primer. So simple replacement. These are not that expensive. You can get them on Amazon.com from Squirrel Daddy. And with 3 of them, you're gonna get plenty of life out of it. You're gonna have spare parts for a while.